Hi, welcome to the recording of the Weaning In Dry Times webinar. This webinar was presented by Megan Rogers from Sheep Smart Solutions on Wednesday the 12th of December 2018. This is clip 4 of 9 and covers management targets, post-weaning management and the importance of imprint feeding.
Imprinting grain whilst on ewes is certainly a management target to aim for. I know in this neck of the woods, imprinting has not been a challenge this year for the majority of people I've come across in the last few months. Certainly consider using some older animals as trainers if imprinting is not possible. So if you haven't been using any supplement and you're wishing to, use some older animals to help train them. It's also useful to have some older animals in a mob if you don't have a lot of labour available to help train the animals once they're weaned. And by training, I mean, getting them onto water, finding water and, finding feed and things like that. If you're imprinting, if you're going to be supplementing them, try and imprint them with the same feed as what they're going to be fed in the future. As I said, lambs are particularly fussy and vulnerable to readily accepting a new feed. Depending on, if there's not a lot out there, they'll certainly come to the feed with a great deal of enthusiasm compared with if they've got some choice. And if you've got some feed out there that they're nibbling on, they may not be as willing to come to the feed and to the supplements. Post-weaning management, as I said, it's no secret. Most people would be doing this, but certainly provide some supervision and training post-weaning. We need to take those lambs to the water, like we can see there. Those ones are watering on that dam. Depending on whether they've been lambed down in a paddock with a dam versus trough or vice versa, there's some challenges there. If you've got really dusty conditions and you're using troughs, you're going to need to bear in mind that the quality of the water and any dust that might be and other sort of fouling agents on the trough water. Trough space, flow rates of the water are also really important to allow those animals to all be able to access a drink in a timely fashion. Monitor their in-paddock behaviour, something that's pretty important in terms of keeping an eye on them, making sure that they're getting back to the water, back to the feed if you're feeding them with a grain trail, and again helping them become a bit more familiar with their environment and their new paddock. If you haven't been supplementing or imprint feeding, I guess the third point on this slide is the most important one. You need to make sure that there's 90% of those lambs eating the supplement, coming to the grain trail and eating that supplement to consider them effectively imprinted. As I said, use the feed that will be used later on wherever possible. If that's not possible, you can gradually introduce the new feed with the existing feed. And do that early and gradually. So if you're changing from barley to wheat, start putting a little bit of wheat at a low rate in the barley. Similar, it doesn't really matter what the other alternatives are, but continue on with what it is that you're feeding them, and then gradually add the new feed so that they've got an opportunity to become familiar with it without it being a completely foreign feed to them. And as I said, monitor those lambs and ensure that they're coming to the trail and eating the supplement.
Thank you for watching this short clip. For more information, please visit www.leadingsheep.com.au.